All right, let's talk about Caleb Williams, who had, no getting around it, a bizarre game here for the Chicago Bears. There was a while when it was horrible. It did not end that way. Well, I guess it did end that way, but there was a point when it actually looked like the narrative was going to be flipped, and then it got flipped again. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, then you will after we talk about it. Let's get into it. Starting off with the play you see on your screen. You see that it's a 4th down and 1, and DJ Moore, you see how far off the Washington corner who's playing him is, which kind of makes some sense, right? Because if you're going to go all out to try and stop a run, what you don't want to have happen is Moore rushes down the field and gets a long touchdown. Because listen, I get it's a 4th and 1. You still don't want to give up the long touchdown, right? So for the Bears, they're thinking, hey, let's just flip it to him right away. We can pick up a 1st down. But as you see, when Williams does flip this ball to DJ Moore, it's a good tackle, and while it looked like Moore was trying to fight to get the 1st down, another Washington player comes over and is able to make the play. And that's just the reality of the situation, which is things were not working at all early on for this Bears team. And I say early on, through the first 3 quarters, things just were not working. This play is an interesting one, which first has to be mentioned, this is a 3rd down and 12. So, okay. Difficult situation. Washington's going to be in a cover 2 man, which is a tough spot to be in. You see Williams takes the snap right here. He looks over, and this edge rusher it's actually not even an edge rusher. It's just a player who was kind of blitzing. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but since the halfback is blocking, they're sending an extra player in to rush the passer. This is Frankie Louvu, the linebacker, who you see him going off towards the edge right here. He's just getting around both the tackle and the halfback who's trying to pick him up. Williams kind of steps up, but there's pressure up there, ends up stepping back into it, somehow gets out of the initial pressure, but ultimately does get sacked eventually anyway. Again, the offensive line, I think it's been a bit of an overblown story, and maybe I'll make a video on that at a certain point, but, there's no denying, there are moments when, Williams just doesn't really have a chance. It was 3rd and 12, not sure if it was going to work out anyway, but that is what happened. Heading over to this play, part of why, if you're confused why I said I think it's a bit of an overblown story, can be explained on this play, which is really, I've always been a believer in, I think offensive linemen are always the one who take the blame when there is a pressure or a sack, when it is not always their fault. For example, this play, it's a 2nd down and 7. And again, at your own 6-yard line, if you're going to pass, you have to be aware of where you are on the field, if you're in the end zone or not. Williams takes the snap. He's going to back into the end zone right here. And you see, again, as of right now, this play has not gone on for too long, but this is 2.5 seconds. this is when you have to be getting rid of the football. As crazy as that sounds, that's the time that you have in the NFL. Instead, he holds onto the ball for a bit longer, and the offensive lineman did not hold up for the length that he needed, but at the same time, he needed more than usually what you get. That's just the reality of the situation. And if you want to blame the receivers for that as well, you can. Hopefully you can get guys open. He doesn't have to do this. But either way, these are plays you can't be making. They just, it could have resulted in a safety if he wasn't a little bit more careful. It is what it is. And then this next play, so now it's a 3rd down and 7 situation. And again, things just weren't clean for the Bears. They weren't. This is Keenan Allen running a route. That's actually a clever route, going to be in motion, but then he's going to go more towards the sideline. When this play begins, you see that for Williams, he throws it to Allen, and it's just a bit off, right? They had that. They had a window right there. It's not like Washington's corners have been playing elite football this year. You look at the talent that this Bears team had, and quite frankly, you want more. You just do. This play, it's, again, a tough situation, right? 3rd down and 12 here, but it's actually going to get a little bit better because you have Rome Odunze running a route in a one-on-one matchup, and it'll be underneath where the safety on that side of the field is. So it's essentially just a one-on-one matchup. Watch, I believe it's DJ Moore's route that pushes the other safety further deep, so all Odunze has to do is win his one-on-one matchup, and he has. There is a window right here. This is an opportunity to get a big conversion against a 3rd down and 12, and a big spot in the game. There's, under 18 minutes left. But this throw, it's just a bit too far off, and you would have loved to see Odunze have a chance there, right? You absolutely would have. And again, I'm not trying to crush Caleb Williams, because it certainly wasn't all his fault. Definitely not. This play is a good example of kind of just things not working. And this is after they had scored a touchdown, although worth mentioning, the first touchdown was a lengthy run, so not something Williams had much to do with. But still, right here, it's again Odunze. A one-on-one shot down the field, single safety deep. We've seen teams just destroy Washington when they try to run this coverage against them, because Washington they don't have a ton of corner depth. They just don't. They played better these past couple of games, had a great week this week against the Bears, but still. For one thing, you see Williams takes the snap, and there's a couple of things that could happen, right? I mean, if you're throwing this, you see Odunze going for more of an inside leverage move, and okay, if that's where Williams decides to throw this, maybe it could work. But Williams is throwing it towards the sideline, and even the Bears player on the sideline couldn't even catch that. So like nothing's working here. Not even the guys on the sideline can catch the football. It was an issue. So like this was the story. This was the narrative of, okay, Caleb Williams can't complete anything. Bears offense sucks. Okay, got it. And then all of a sudden, Caleb Williams remembered he was Caleb Williams. Heading over here, there was 2 great drives in a row. First, there was this one where, okay, you see Cole Kmet's route, thinking as though he's going towards the offense's right, and then it's going to cut back more over the middle. Watch as when Williams takes the snap, he looks in that direction. Cole Kmet right here. Again, there's definitely a window where Williams can make this throw if he wants to, but watch how he makes the throw. Really well timed, gets it right into the chest of Kmet so where he can make the catch and continue running, picking up more yards. The last 2 drives were nothing but this. I mean, he was just consistently hitting his throws. This play, maybe the throw of the season for him so far. DJ Moore's running a route against cover 2 zone that, again, these routes can work. It's always difficult. You usually have to get the ball there quickly, but underneath the safety but past the corner, there is a little bit of a window there. However, when this play begins, due to an exotic pressure, DeAndre Swift should have blocked on that one. I get why he didn't, because it was just a 4-man rush. He thought the offensive line was going to pick it up, but he still, you got to make sure your first job is don't let a free rusher go by. There's a free rusher. Williams is in trouble. But he makes his throw anyway and then gets clobbered. Right here, you see DJ Moore is not wide open at all. But look at that thing of beauty right there. They get the big conversion. They get inside the 10. Unfortunately, there was then that weird Matt Eberflus or, whoever decided to call the play where they give the ball to the backup offensive lineman who's playing fullback, and then he fumbles the football. But the Bears get the ball back. We're now at around 3 minutes left, and this was just a huge play in the game for Chicago, but would have been the play of the game, really, had Chicago held on to win. It's going to start off as a designed rollout towards the top of the screen. Williams takes the snap, he runs a play action, gets up in that direction, but Washington's all over this. They have a player in position to try and make a tackle on Williams. Caleb Williams is able to do what he does, gets around that edge rusher, but is now, again, in trouble. There's 4 Washington players near him, which should tell you, hey, if there's 4 defenders near Williams, well, that might mean someone's open, but again, can you really be expecting Williams to see the field while he's sprinting towards the sideline? Well, I don't know if you can expect it, but he does. He gets the ball to Keenan Allen, who gets the ball inside the 20. They eventually do score a touchdown, and then, of course, Jaden Daniels throws a Hail Mary, and the Bears lose anyway. But still, he was able to make some good stuff happen. So, I don't know exactly what to take away from this performance. I still kind of feel, I guess, my main takeaway with Caleb Williams is he needs to be more consistent, but you can see why he got Patrick Mahomes comparisons, why he was drafted with the first overall pick, and how good he can potentially be. You just need to see more consistency, though, because, they were lucky to be in a position where they could have potentially won this game. It took a lot for it to happen, and give them credit for, give Caleb Williams credit for ultimately getting them to have the lead. But I do think they have to play better. To play Arizona next week, that's not going to be an easy game. And then the Patriots, that should be an easy game. But then you got Green Bay, Minnesota, Detroit, San Francisco, Minnesota again, Detroit again, Seattle, and then Green Bay again. It does not get much easier. You have, other than the Patriots, don't have really many easy wins left. So, again, yes, they could have won this game had they stopped the Hail Mary. Also could have won this game had they gotten more offensively going early on, so they wouldn't have needed that comeback in the first place. But yeah, those are my thoughts on all of this. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from ya. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.